Yo, what up guys, this is your boy Legendary here, and today people, we're going to be doing a deck profile on Duelingbook today. I did say that I would be doing some Duelingbook deck profiles, but I was kind of too afraid to start doing it because, I don't know, I've never done it before. I was worried about how I was going to exactly present it, you know, because I'm so used to doing it my usual way, and I thought it would be kind of a quick video, but I finally figured out a very simple way on how to do it. So I'm going to do that today. I don't have Syrus's deck on me. Robbie has it. That's why I can't do the physical deck profile for you guys, even though we do actually have his deck. But I don't have it. But I'll be doing some deck profiles this way for a little while. One, because of money, and two, because we can't see each other. He has some of the other decks. Probably the next deck profile I'll do will be Zane Truesdale, Hellkaiser version 2, you know. Like his Hellkaiser deck mixed with Cyber Dragon and Cyberdark. I'll probably do that coming up soon. But yeah, I thought we'd do this here today and show you guys. But yeah, so this is going to be Syrus Truesdale's Season 4 deck. So basically it's going to be his Roid deck mixed with Zane's deck, because, you know, he actually combined both decks together when Zane gave him the deck and all that. So we're going to combine both decks together. I'm not using any of the new support from that Zane got in both the Duelist packs or the new support that Syrus got for his Roid deck. I'm not using any of those. I'm just using only the cards that were used in the anime, and that's it. And then in another deck profile, I'm going to do like a more like Syrus Truesdale Turbo deck profile where I combine both decks and then also add in the new support for both Zane and Syrus in one deck to see like how powerful it can be. And I also want to do another deck profile for Syrus where he it's a full pure Roid deck, like only Roids, none of Zane's, well, some of Zane's like spells and traps, like just some of his draw cards, but none of his like Cyber Dragons or Cyber Darks or none of that stuff. Just pure Roids, just with some spell and trap support that Zane has that help speed up his deck a bit. And that's pretty much it. But for now, we're going to be doing Season 4, so let's just hop right into it. Okay, so for Season 4, so let's look up Roids, right? We're going to start off with his Roid monsters. There's plenty of Roids here. I figured the best way to start off this deck profile would be, instead of doing monster by monster, I'm actually going to start off with the extra deck first. So in order to figure out what we need to add into the main deck, because we got to mix Roids with the Cyber Dragon stuff and all of Zane's stuff, so we can't add everything, obviously. So in order to do that, we need to look through his fusions first. So we're not going to add Ambulance Rescue Roid because that's not really the best fusion monster to go for. We're only going to, you know, go for the best ones. So let's keep going here. We got Cyberroid. We will add that just because he's very simple and generic. He just requires 2 machine monsters with the same name, and he can attack directly, which is great. So we're going to add his ace monster, Jumbo Drill, and we're going to add Stealth Super Vehicroid Stealth Union. We're going to add those cards right there. We're going to add Steam Gyroid too. So let me just add that up in there. We're not going to add the new support, like I said, so we'll save this for a different deck profile. So we'll start off with these. These are the ones we're going to use. Let me double check to make sure I didn't miss anything. Steam Pair. Yep, that's all of them. These are the ones that we're going to add for now. So to start off, now that we have all the Roids here, in order to summon his ace, you need Steamroid, Drillroid, and Submarineroid. So we're just going to add those right there. We got Steamroid right here. We got Submarineroid right there. And let's see, we got Drillroid right here. Okay, so those are the first 3 that we need. Then we also need Truckroid right here and Expressroid, and then Stealthroid. So we got Expressroid here. Then we have, we're not going to need these 2 because we're not summoning Ambulance Rescue Roid. Going to move forward. Where else? Here's Truckroid, and we're missing Stealthroid. So there we go. Those are the main Roids right there so far. Now let's see what next up. We gotta add. We don't have to add, but we could add. Actually, okay, yeah. We also need Gyroid and Steamroid. Obviously, this is just a normal fusion monster. It doesn't do much, so you could argue that maybe you don't even need this. But I figured since we already have Steamroid in the deck because we needed it for Jumbo Drill. Yeah, because we needed it for Jumbo Drill, we might as well just add this too, and then all we really need to do is add Gyroid. So let's just quickly add Gyroid in there, and he has a once per turn can be destroyed by battle effect, so you know that can come in handy for stalling. So you know it's not that bad of a card, to be honest. Then let's see, we're not gonna add the 2 cycles. I'll put it in the side deck for now. But we're not going to add these because, once again, these are just normal monsters. They don't do anything for the deck. These 2 cards are only going to be used to fusion summon this. So it's not really worth it. But since we just need 2 machine monsters with the same names, that will be covered with Zane's cards, because he has, 3 copies of Cyber Dragon. So you could definitely use 2 Cyber Dragons to summon this. So that's why I didn't add these 2 in the main deck, but I'll put it in the side deck for you guys. Alright, we're gonna keep moving forward. Let's see. Okay, so now we added all those main ones. Next up, we're gonna go to more options right here in this corner. Go to more options, and then this is where you guys can look up custom cards that people create. So I created some of my own as well, some of the anime cards for Syrus. So I'm gonna look, I could look at my custom cards, but just to show you, I'll show you all custom cards, as in everyone. And we're gonna add Drillroid right there. So Drillroid's right here. So you can see a couple of people already made this card a bunch of times. So this is the one I made right here. It says Legendary Duels right here in the corner. So I made this one. So it has all the correct stats and everything, and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna add Drillroid in there because he used that in season 4, and that works in synergy with the Cyberdark stuff. So there's Drillroid. Ooh, this looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. But anyway, moving forward, we're gonna need also, we're gonna get out of this. We're gonna pick Kiteroid as our last one. He's a really amazing Roid monster, and you have to add it in the deck. Okay, yeah, I forgot that Kiteroid actually wasn't made. It's in Duel Links, but it wasn't made here. So we're gonna look up Kiteroid on the custom cards, all custom cards. So we got Kiteroid. If you would take battle damage from the direct attack, you would discard this card instead. While this card is in your graveyard, you can reduce the battle damage you take from the direct attack to 0. You can only activate each effect once per duel. Yeah, this is the correct effect. So I'm gonna add Kiteroid in there. You have to add Kiteroid. He's very good, very defensive. One of Cyrus's better cards, so you must add that. Alright, so now we're gonna move on from Cyrus's support, and we're gonna go to Zane's support. So we're gonna do half and half. This is obviously one less than half, but these are all the main ones that you need. You don't really need the other Roid monsters, in my opinion. So let's go with the Zane stuff. So let's go with Cyber Dragon. Obviously, we're gonna need 3. We don't even need to look at the fusions for that. So let's do 3 Cyber Dragons. And then just generic stuff. Let's say we need Cyber Valley. We need Cyber Phoenix. So let's do Cyber Valley. We need Cyber Phoenix. What else? We need Armed Cybern. Yeah, Armed Cybern right there. Let's keep going. What else do we need? Alright, and then after that, that's all the Cyber Dragon support that we're going to use for now. And we're going to move on, and we're going to do the Cyberdark now. So we're going to do, obviously, Horn, Edge, and Keel. We'll add all 3 of those. We'll add Cyberdark Dragon in the extra deck as well. We'll also add, obviously, Cyber End Dragon. He actually owns 2 Cyber Ends, so you can add 2 if you want. That's perfectly fine. You could even just tech in the alternate art instead if you want. It doesn't really matter. So let's see. Then the final 2 monsters that we're going to add is Exploder Dragon and Infernal Dragon. So for the Cyberdarks, use their anime effects. The anime effect is you could target a level 4 or lower dragon monster in your graveyard. So always use the anime effects for the Cyberdarks because they're better. That way you can actually equip Infernal Dragon, and then all your Cyberdarks will be 28 when you equipped it with him. So definitely always use the anime effects. Always. Although if you don't use the anime effect, then I would recommend you take Infernal Dragon out and add something else. Because otherwise he's useless. Yeah, he's a 2000 beater, but it's not really a big deal. So we're going to move on. We're going to do the spell cards now. So let's go to spell. We're going to start with Cyrus's Vehicroid. Hold on. Yeah, this card right here. Vehicroid Connection Zone. He only has 1 copy, so we can only add 1. So we're going to add Polymerization. We'll add 1 there. We're going to add 1 to the side deck. Next up, we're going to need Power Bond. Whoa. Yeah, we're going to add Power Bond. We'll add 1 to the side deck because, Zane does have, I think, 2 copies of Power Bond, and Cyrus has 1. So technically you could add up to 3 if you want. It's up to you guys. But I'm going to add one for now because there's a lot of fusion cards. Then I'm going to add Overload Fusion, which is a Zane card since he is using his deck as well. Then we're going to also use Future Fusion as well, another Zane card that he obtained from Zane. Alright, let's keep moving forward. And then we're going to use Cybernetic Fusion Support. Very good card, very useful, allows you to do a lot of crazy stuff. I love using that card a lot. You must have that. And you could take it out if you want, but I really like using it. So let's see. Next up, we're going to add Pot of Greed. The classic Pot of Greed in there. We're going to add Graceful Charity. You know, we're just adding... Yeah, well, we need a lot of good draw support, so it's good to have Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity, which came from specifically Zane. Zane has Graceful Charity. I think Syrus also has Pot of Greed as well. But yeah, so Graceful Charity, and then obviously Monster Reborn, just some classic stuff. Typical Monster Reborn. So we'll add that right there. Good. So we got Monster Reborn. Then we're going to add Burial from a Different Dimension, because we do banish a lot in here with Overload and even Cybernetic Fusion support and stuff like that. So, and I think Vehicroid also banishes. No, it doesn't. But yeah, so we're going to add Burial from a Different Dimension just to bring some stuff back to the graveyard. You could also add Dimension Fusion if you want, which is actually never mind, because it's actually the next card, Dimension Fusion. Yeah, so this is the next spell card, Dimension Fusion, and then we're also going to add Spell Economics. Man, I'm messing up spelling today. So Spell Economics, just so you don't have to pay the cost of Cybernetic Fusion support. I don't know if that works with Power Bond. It might, and Dimension Fusion. But yeah, so that's it for the spell cards. We're going to do some traps now. Oh, actually, no, we have one more spell card. Emergency Provisions is a card that Syrus has, so... There you go right there, Emergency Provisions. It'll be good, you know, just to recover some life points and get rid of some back row that's clogging up, you know, there and whatever. You know, it's for emergencies, obviously. Alright, so we're going to move on to the trap card. So we're going to add the trap card Supercharge. So, but we're going to use the anime effect. The anime effect is when your opponent declares an attack on a machine monster you control, you can draw 2 cards. So it's any machine monster, not for just Roid. But you can add that there. I do actually have that card here, so let me see. Yeah, so this is the anime effect that I made. It's also in the same anime section. If you go to official cards and look it up, it might be hard to find because there's a lot of cards with similar names. But yeah, so this is it right here. Activate when an opponent's monster attacks a machine monster you control, draw 2 cards. Very simple, very clean. Alright, so we're going to move on. We're going to do official cards. Okay, we're going to go... Then we're going to add Magic Cylinder, which is a card that Syrus has, which is a very powerful trap that can really do a lot of damage. We have No Entry as well for change all attack position monsters to defense, so that's really good, very defensive. It's really cool because Zane has a lot of the offense and draw power that Syrus needs, but Syrus has a lot of the defensive cards that Zane needs, so in a weird kind of way they complement each other. So it actually really works out quite well. You use both of their offense and defense together, and it really makes the deck a lot stronger combined. So let's see here. Alright, so next up we're going to add the anime trap card called Life Force. So we're going to go to my custom cards, which I made up. So Life Force right there. If you would take battle damage, you pay 400 life points instead. He uses this against Zane, and it's a very good card. If you're going to take a bunch of battle damage, you only pay 400. So you could stall out for very long with that and avoid getting OTK'd very easily. Next, we're going to add another anime card called Rebirth Judgment, which changes all monsters in the graveyard are treated as the type that you declared. So you select Dragon, obviously. That way all your Cyberdarks have something to automatically equip. Even if these are all machines, they'll all become dragons. So it'll be really good with that. So yeah, Rebirth Judgment. And that card is also available for you guys if you go to, all custom cards, and you look that up, it'll be there for you guys. Alright, then the final 2 cards we're gonna add Power Wall, a classic Zane card, Hellkaiser card, and then we're gonna add Call of the Haunted. very generic stuff right there. So yeah, we got Call of the Haunted. We'll use this one. We got Call of the Haunted right there. So that's pretty much the main deck, 40 cards. We're going to go into the side deck real quick. Oh yeah, we didn't finish the extra deck also. So the extra deck is pretty straightforward. It's just going to be Cyber Twin Dragon, right? Let's see what else we're going to need. We'll put that over here. So yeah, we need Cyber Dark Dragon, which we already have. Cyber End Dragon times 2, Cyber Twin Dragon, Chimera-Tech Over Dragon, Chimera-Tech Over Dragon. So yeah, we're going to need Fortress Dragon, we're going to need Over Dragon. And then we're also going to need a 5-headed dragon, which he actually does have in his extra deck, which can be very useful because you can equip that to Cyber Dark Dragon. So yeah, Cyber Dark Dragon, and it'll become 6,000 attack plus 100 for every monster in the graveyard. So you can go up to extremely high attacks. If you activate Power Bond, you could double the attack of both. You could double the attack of that monster, and then he could go up to 16,000 or beyond that. And that's not even adding if you add limiter removal and stuff like that. So like this deck can really OTK really fast, obviously because it has Zane stuff and he's all about OTKing. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the extra deck. Very straightforward. And then for the side deck, we already have 2 Cycroids, 1 Poly, 1 Power Bond. And let me just check something here. Yep. Alright, so we're going to add Battle Fusion, which is, you know, a classic Zane card right there. Very powerful. That's another card you could use with Cyber Dark and Power Bond and everything. You could just go, insanely high. But yeah, so there's Battle Fusion. There's Defusion. I'm going to add that there. We're going to add Limiter Removal, since we just spoke about it. We're going to add Cyberdark Impact. Then we're going to add Flash Fusion, otherwise known as Instant Fusion. That's its original name. So we got Flash Fusion. We got Mystical Space Typhoon. We got Fusion Guard. So we're going to go into some trap cards right there. Fusion Guard. This probably might have to be main deck because the only way to send 5-headed dragon to the graveyard is with Fusion Guard. So you might have to add it to the main deck. I just don't know what to remove for it. So, you could adjust it however you like to make that work. But it's just there as an option. Next up, we have Cybernetic Fusion Support. So, Cybernetic Hidden Technology. I wanted to add this in the main deck too, but like I said, it's already tight enough as it is. And I wanted to have a good mix of Syrus's cards and Zane's cards. I didn't just want it to be all Zane's cards in there, because then it doesn't feel like a mix of both their decks. So, I wanted to add that flavor of both of them working together. So yeah, so Cybernetic Hidden Technology, and then the final 2 trap cards is going to be Rare Metamorph, and then we're going to add Trap Jammer. Where's Trap Jammer? There we go, Trap Jammer. So that's pretty much the side deck right there. There's room for one more card there, so you can add whatever you want. You could even take these 2 out. I really don't think they're necessary. I just put it there for you guys. But yeah, you can add whatever you want that Zane or Syrus has in their decks, in the side deck, however you want. But yeah, that's pretty much it right there. That is the deck profile for Syrus Season 4. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's a mix of both their decks. It's the strongest parts of Zane's deck, while, I guess the strongest parts of Syrus's deck. I mean, Syrus's deck is pretty weak, but you added all the main ones only, just so you could go into your fusion monsters. I mean, Steamroid is still pretty good. Drillroid gets over any defense, that can come in handy. In the side deck, if you want, you can add Shield Crush, which Syrus has, and then combo that off with no entry. So that way, you get an instant pop. So that's another. There's a lot of combos. So just look through both their decks. Go on YukiOwikia.com so you can look that up. So right here, you can go on YukiOwikia.com. Simple as that. Go all the way down to him. Just look up Syrus Truesdale. Simple as that. And right here are his deck. Here are all his cards that he used. So you can add different cards that he used here, as well as cards that Zane used, since he combined it with Zane's deck. So there's so many options you could really go for, to be honest. So mess around with it until you get the right balance that you like. Is fine. I also just wanted to add cards that he actually used in that duel in Season 4. So that's why I added Dimension Fusion and Spell Economics, because that's what Syrus used. But you could tech that out with whatever you want. But yeah, So yeah, that's the deck profile for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's a very strong deck. It's very fun. Obviously, it's much better with Zane's cards in it, but in the future, I will do a pure Roid deck so we could show off the power of the Roids by themselves and see what they can do. Also, real quick before I go, if you go in the link in the description, not only will you see the deck profile, but you'll also see a link as well to download Shō's deck in case if you don't want to build it and you want to use this exact build here, and you could actually go right here where it says import deck and then import it from your computer into here and then save it. So if you guys just want an easy, you don't even want to build it, you just want to test it out right away, you just copy paste it, you import it, save it, and that's it, and then you can use it. But yeah guys, that's the deck profile. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you guys. See you guys in the next video. Gotcha.